What's up, everybody? How you doing? Good morning. It's not morning. Good afternoon. Live from 73 here. Guava. Welcome into the chat. Uh, Today, what I want to do, I just did a video yesterday. I love the video, but I'm hyped up right now and I'm amped up because of what I woke up every day. I told you every day I wake up, it's something else. It's like every day it's something as much as I don't want it to be something new today. Good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Henry Ross is my Renaissance grandma. Second floor guards, Gigi Preps, Peacock Homestead, Little Green Patch, Von Wheel, Henry Ross, uh, my OB. How you doing? Let me see. All right. Um, Salt, how you doing? Gigi Preps, Talia, how you doing? Who I missed somebody? K Natural, how you doing? The real Movington. I'm gonna get right into it because this one I don't want to be on here long. I did a stream yard because I got something else going on my normal YouTube. Hey, Born to Grow, how you doing, Suzette? All right, I'm just gonna put this out here, and I want to get some feedback. The reason why another reason I did the stream yard is I was gonna make this wait. I want to know from you, what do you think you're about to do? Now, just in case people don't understand how serious this situation is, this fuel crisis situation, you know what? I don't know what's more serious at this moment, what we're doing overseas or what's about to happen here. They're both very important and very serious situations. Hey, TLC in the garden. And What is this? Unseen Future, how you doing? Loretta, and there was one more. What's your name? I can't pronounce Miss Harris. I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry. How you doing? Everybody, listen. That's all we talking about right now. I'm gonna try not to fly off on no handle, no rant. I think I did that yesterday. Today, I'm on a stream yard and to see if let me get this thing just in case anybody wants to come up. I'm not going to be on here long unless anybody wants to come up. Let me bring this up here. Okay. All right. And I'll post the link after I'm done saying what I'm saying. All right. How you doing, Red Carpet? Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you truly deeply understand uh the situation that's at hand right now? Do you understand how serious it is if the fuel costs right now go any higher? Forget to the maximum. Do you understand how impossible it will be to function like at all if the fuel prices go any higher? And I'm talking about, I know in different states the fuel is different prices because of the different lifestyles and the different economy in different states. But you know what your economy is for your state, right? You know what it is. Like California, we know the prices is high, but California has a whole different kind of living structure. So it's high to them, but it's no higher to them than this is to us here in South Carolina, just because of the way things are set up. So it doesn't matter. Do you know how hard it will be to function? And I'm not talking about on a regular basis, I'm talking about at all. Do you understand what's made out of that fuel? Forget your vehicle and having transportation. Forget the transportation part of the high gas prices. Do you know what that oil makes? It makes everything in your house. See, we talking about there's a supply chain loss, right? How about no supplies to be lost? Because that oil makes everything you woke up today on, laying on, everything you touch, everything you walk on, everything you touch, you look at, even down to the frame of your glasses, has oil from that in it. You may not, I don't know if you know. And I'm trying my hardest to get people to understand, because everybody think this It's no big deal. Hey, we just got to pay extra higher prices. We'll get used to it. Listen, this goes deeper than making your car run. The oil that they got right now, that because of this mess, it makes everything. What do you think petroleum jelly it is? It just told you what it is. What do you think Vaseline is made of? I could go on. Makeup, hair care products, lotions, oils, plastics, everything. Absolutely everything you look around has oil in it. And if it does, listen, if any product that you see does not have oil in it, oil was used to produce it, whether by fuel or lubricant. So if it's something that had nothing to do with any kind of oil, let's say like glass, something that was made, a tool that was made, anything that produces glass was made out of oil. Absolutely everything has it in it. And that's why we're so, let me take it down a notch. That's why we were so dependent on fossil fuels, and we've been trying to get away from it. We've been trying to further technology to get away from that. So, hey, they ain't saying let's get rid of fossil fuels altogether, but let's not base our whole existence on this stuff. That's what they were trying to do. And I don't know. I just didn't understand what was the big argument about why we need to hang on to fossil fuels so bad. The same way we need to hang on to coal. I don't know who the hell kept saying that madness. Hang on to coal. So let's reel this back, because I'm clearly going a little too deep. I don't want, because this rabbit hole is bottomless. When you really think about it and know the truth, and you know the facts of what this oil and these fossil fuels do and what they're used for. I don't want to get into that rabbit hole, because this actually will be like a 10-hour video. Let's stay on the surface of the madness, where something that everybody understands. How will you afford to drive your car? Everybody understands that, right? How can you afford to drive your vehicle? To go pick up groceries, to pick your kids up from school, right? Surviving Depression says, yep, it's about to go down, way down. People have no clue how bad this is going to be. I took a micro and macroeconomics and see the train coming down the tracks. Hey, listen. Hey, Katina Brooks. Not only is it bad, like now, and almost unimaginable how bad it will be in the next 6 months. No, not 6 months. What is it? April, May, June, July. Yeah, in the next 6 months. Even that guy said, they asked him, do you think fuel prices will go down before November? This was his answer. I can't make this up. No, yes, no, yes, yes, no, kind of, not really. No, yes, but yes, no, and yes, and no. Go watch it for yourself. What? If you think right now listen, now that's if we are all even here by November, with the stuff that's going on, I'm trying to think rationally. This is going to be worse than the 1970s fuel prices. Let me see. This is going to be worse than that. This is going to be literally, listen, one thing that a promise that was said and is being kept. This person is making history because they are the worst ever in American history, has done the most damage in all of American history in the least amount of time. Remember that part. The most damage done to the country in the least amount of time. I need you to understand that because there's been a lot of horrible things that happen here in this country. But this guy takes the record to have accelerated it at, you saw how fast them NASA people went up to the moon or whatever. He did it better, faster than that. So I know everybody said, no, Led, because there was a time when, no, I ain't saying that. I'm saying the fastest. It took forever for this land to be taken. It took forever for this land to be cultivated and built up. It took hundreds and hundreds of years for all of this to happen. This, it's not been a year yet. For us to go from sugar to shit in that fast is I can't even understand it. I can't even understand it. Right? I listen, we went from one thing of saying, oh man, this dude can't stay woke up, and now the lady about to take over, and we ain't sure everything is kind of, upside down. We did see the decline of our last leadership clearly, and the world spoke on his decline. Why ain't nobody saying anything now? I woke up this morning, and I don't want to get into that because I want to stay focused. I woke up this morning and somebody said there's a new Jesus, a new one. Did y'all see that? Did y'all wake up this morning and hear the announcement of a new Jesus? Did y'all hear anything about that? A whole new one, healing people, putting his hands on people. I'm not playing. Go look. You got some big freaking plums when you say you're in the same category and the same power as the living God. You got some really freaking big freaking plums to even. Do you understand? Let me reel it back in because I'll be wanting to fly off the handle, and I said I'm gonna change. You're trying to tell me this person is not mentally ill now. Like if there ain't nothing else told you there's a mental issue right all this time, waking up or in the middle of the night depicting yourself as the new son of God, there's not a mental problem though. Now the other one we had was just kept stuttering and he couldn't stay woke. This one think he Jesus. I digress. Let's get back on track. That's not why we're here. We are here today because I am asking you, what are you going to do? I need you to stop doing whatever you're doing right now. And I need you to really, truly ask yourself, what is we going to do? Okay, let me put it to you like this. What if a gallon of gas right now, I'm just going to throw this at you real quick. Just a scenario. What if a gallon of gas costs $100 a gallon? What if a gallon of gas costs $100 a gallon? What are you going to do? A lot of people have not even stocked up no food. They have not stocked up supplies. And right now, you got to ask yourself, what am I going to do first? Do I go put gas in the car? Or do I go purchase some prepping supplies? Or do I go purchase some beans? You can't do all three right now. Let me see what we're saying. What we see. Okay, what are we going to do? How you doing, Sylvia? Say walk or bike the real Movington. Okay. Okay. Michelle lost his bike or walk. Okay. Into the Blue says back to the bikes. Okay. Okay, we'll be walking or riding a bike. Okay, now I'm glad everybody said that. Move to where the gas is cheap. Nope, that's not even an option. Sorry, that's not an option at all. Because you don't have money to just pick up and move your entire existence to go anywhere. All right, now that's great. And you know, I believe in riding your bike, getting an electric bike or a normal bike. Now, let's talk about the reality of a bicycle. The bicycle is great, just like a motorcycle. Great, right? I got scooters. Well, I don't got a motorcycle no more, but I got scooters and a mini bike. Okay, and electric bikes. Here's the reality of that. It's not going to be sunny and bright every single day. There will be times of rain, there will be storms, there will be wetness, or there will be heat, there will be sun, there will be times of fatigue riding a bicycle. Now, that's the first reality part of a bike. Now, I'm not going to pretend a bike is a savior. I'm not going to pretend walking is a savior, but I'm trying to be more as realistic as possible to solve a problem that we all face, right? Okay. Says Asia is loaded with bikes, we will adapt. That's not realistic. That's not realistic. And the reason why I say that's not realistic is because we're not used to that. Asia is used to that. We have become a people here in this country. We don't adapt to things that don't have our pinky out. See, Asia has been doing this for thousands of years. So when we use the word adapt, this country doesn't do that well. For instance, adapting. Stop using your toilet. Stop using your sink. Only collect rainwater and filter river water and use a 5-gallon bucket to get rid of your waste. Adapt to that. Nobody's going to do it. Nobody in this country is ready to do things. They're not ready to do the hard work. It's just it just be words, and words are so easy. Words are so easy, and I'm gonna put it to you like this. True story. I've had people say they want to come to my survival camp, and they've made it to survival camp. And the first thing they said was, "Led, I was ex-military. I was a Marine. I was in the Army. I was in the Navy. I was in the Air Force. I do this like I'm breathing. I do that for breakfast. I do that for lunch. I ain't got no problem sleeping outside. I ain't worried about with no bugs." And I'm gonna tell you one thing: is the God honest truth. More veterans have left my survival camp than the average Joe. Because they was like, I can't forget this, the bugs and the situation. Now, I didn't do that in the military. I didn't do that. That's what I'm saying. People aren't willing to adapt because they've been pampered. Because in certain situations, it don't matter where you from. They set this scene for you. You were not really truly just thrown in some mess unless you really went to fight in a live battle. If you understand, I'm trying not to say the word, three-letter word. All of that is easy. Those are easy words. But the reality is, can you right now, say for instance, you weigh 300 pounds. Can you adapt to keep walking 5 miles to the grocery store? No. There will be a period of time where you have to do one thing before you can even adapt to walking. Is now you have to train yourself on how to eat better before you even adapt to walking 5 miles. It's harder. It's a mental thing. You've been eating Snicker bar burgers, for half your life, and all of a sudden now you just got to up and start walking. No. And look, think of all of our kids. Our kids don't walk nowhere. Our children, well, not our children. Me and you're watching me and you was the last walking generation. Anybody from the 70s and a little bit of the 80s, we were the last walking generation. And when I say that, I mean, when cell phones came out and was made just for everybody to get to, that was the cutoff for the walking kids. I'm talking about kids to walk from school, kids to walk to their friend's house, kids to walk to baseball practice, football practice, kids that walked over to see their mama or their aunt or their uncle. There was no, like, hey, my family can't afford to have a bike. I catch y'all over there. I'm going to walk over there. Or remember the day we would get, hey, I don't got no bike or my bike got a flat. You sit on the handlebars of your friend bike and y'all rode together. Or you turned around backwards and put your feet up while your friend on his BMX. Though, when the last time you seen that? Ain't no more walking kids, man. You know what you see? You see kids standing. You see kids standing and doing this. Kids don't walk no more. So now how will these children that's only lived in a generation of scrolling, the scrolling generation, that they ain't did no exercise. They don't know. They know Uber. They know taxi. They know mom come pick me up. They know dad, can I borrow the car? They don't know walking, right? Let me see. Let's get in here because I don't want to keep on going off. I'm just trying to kick some reality before we start answering questions, because I don't like talking crazy. Not now. Not that. Here we go. So thankfully, my 16-year-old was raised the same way as my 34-year-old, and she loves walking and biking. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. So they ain't ready for this. How much of them are ready to use a 5-gallon bucket? Listen. Nobody. And I'm gonna tell you, every time I make this suggestion, people get like, ugh. Every single time I make this suggestion that for everybody cut the lights out, cut your main power switch off, or poop in a bucket, they be like, are you crazy? I'd rather go to a public facility. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Man, easy, man, beautiful. Thank you for that. And walking also is not as safe as it once was. Man, you get a round of applause from me. That part, you get a round of applause. Because just saying you can walk don't mean you ain't gonna get hauled off and snatched off into some bushes somewhere. This man, thank you, man. That I wish I could pin that forever. Let me see if I can do something to that. I need to do something. I don't even know what that star means, but man, that was a good one. Thank you. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, Katina Brooks. Golly. So here's my thought. Let's I don't want to keep flying off and branch off. What are we gonna do? Because the guy said, "Hey man, come here." The guy said with his mouth, the gas will be higher than it is today. And right now, to me, it's at an all-time maximum high where I can't afford it. I can't afford that. Where it's going to be higher in November. Hey, Nana, how is fuel going to be higher than it is right now? So there won't be supplies. If there's any supplies being able to be made, because we don't have the oil that belongs in these products. Now, let's just say we had enough oil to make all the products. How are they getting to the stores? Hey, Kane, how you doing? How are the products getting to the stores? Because diesel fuel is $1 and some change, $2 higher than just average gasoline. Katina Brooks says, I spent $72 on 3/4 a tank of gas on Thursday. Hey, look. Oh, my God. I don't even want to talk about what I filled my tank up with. Let me see. Off grid with Rashad says $5 a gallon will be here soon in Texas. Shaking my head, never seen that before. Me either. I have never seen such a thing. Let me see. Off grid says diesel used to be no more than 50 cents more than right, but not anymore. Katina said, I'm ready to walk to work. But let's think about let's not talk about the health of people, because that can be go either way. And then you kind of like, I don't feel bad for somebody to weigh 500 pounds, can't walk to the store. Let's not talk about them, okay? Because that can be an argument for days. Let's talk about the people, the elders that have earned their stripes that ain't going to be walking no 5 and 10 miles. Let's talk about that. How are these elders going to be getting the supplies that they need when nobody can afford gasoline, or nobody can afford fuel for transportation? Nobody can afford to get these people back and forth to their doctor appointments. Right? Let's talk about the people with disabilities. Let's talk about people with physical disabilities, physical and mental disabilities that need care to get back and forth for whatever therapy or medical situation that they need. Let's talk about prioritizing fuel. I'm gonna be honest with you. And now I'm about to hit y'all with the Bama Lamb. So please stick with me on this one. When I was a nurse, how many nurses do I got? How many nurses in the room do I got? So I can, because you will back me up 100%. How many nurses in the room? Raise your hand. All right. AJ's blessed. Okay. Rala, 19. Okay. 637. Any other nurses or medical professionals at all? Any kind of medical professional. You could be a doctor, a nurse. You could be a respiratory therapist. I don't care what you are. Do you work in the medical professional at all? Even a janitor that works in a hospital has to do this. Okay. As a medical professional, you know, and you were trained, and you have meetings on at least at the very minimum annually. You have to go to a meeting and sit through a certain period or time in a meeting. Like there is hours that you have to put in for this. And at least once a year, you got to put in a certain amount of hours in this. And it is this. There is priority protocol. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about. Priority protocol, where you're going to have a meeting and you're going to discuss if there was a natural disaster or medical emergency, something that's going to happen to this facility. There are protocols and of priority of what gets or who gets saved or looked after first. It's grim and nobody talks about it. I'm not a medical professional anymore, so I can't. Unfortunately, you have a number on you as a patient, depending on what your situation is, depending on your age. And I'm not going to go into the secret book, depending on, I'm not going to do that. Depending on your age, depending on your medical condition, depending on all of that stuff, you have a secret number that you don't know about. You actually have this secret number in this whole government way of thing you do. But in a medical profession setting, as a patient, you have a number of priority. I know an easier way to do this besides explaining. I don't have to explain what we go to meetings for, and we have to put in training hours on this. I can do it as easy as this. If you're not a medical professional, you're just a patient, and you've been a patient. If you come in with an ingrown toenail that has been infected and you go into the ER, nobody's going to come and look at you. You will sit in the waiting room for 4 to 6 hours with an infected ingrown toenail, and it feel like your whole half of your side of your body about to fall off. To them, you're not a priority. Now, this dude is having chest pains. He takes priority over you. You've been waiting for 4 hours to be seen by a medical professional, right? Okay. All of a sudden, you think your turn is next, but this dude come in holding his chest and they rolling him in a wheelchair. He goes in front of you. You're still going to sit there in that seat probably another hour or two. Then a kid comes in and he's missing a fingertip because he got his fingertip cut off in the store for some reason, putting his hand between a tractor grill. That kid takes priority over you and your ingrown toenail, even though it's infected and you have infected blood, and it may cause some serious and permanent damage. You may lose that toe. That kid's finger takes priority over you, even though your toe is turning black and you're about to lose that. You're definitely going to lose that toe, right? This kid is definitely going to lose that finger. Some kind of way the parent had the finger in a napkin, brought the finger to the hospital. That kid takes priority over you, even though both of y'all have kind of the same situation going on. The reason why that kid takes priority over you, even though y'all kind of in the same ballpark, is a child. Your age right there played a difference in who we are going to pull back here first. If we only got one bed, that kid takes priority over you. And these are the situations that we're going to have a hard time dealing with. Hey, 755 Media. These are the situations that we're going to have to take and be accountable for, because if there's any sort of emergency, let's just say, God forbid, a medical emergency, a life-threatening medical emergency, or let's say a house fire, that's going to take priority. It already does. When the police get a call, I can't speak for police because I ain't never been one. Well, when you get a call, those dispatchers, it's a priority on these, right? Are we going to run across town because some dude got his wallet snatched and a gangbanger took his wallet? Or is we going to go to the house that the gunshots was fired and the last thing the neighbors heard was a bunch of screaming, blood-curdling screams? They're going to go there first. Right now, the fuel is going to play a big part in priority. Let me see. What will be the priority that we're going to deal with when it comes to fuel? And what I mean by that, the reason I gave y'all this whole rundown and situation is because with fuel shortages, the priorities are going to be dealt out like this. We were able to fuel up one semi-truck full of supplies and food. Where in this city, what store is this truck going to deliver these supplies to? Are they going to deliver those supplies in that semi to the Piggly Wiggly in the ghetto by the projects? Or is they going to send that semi full of food and supplies uptown where people got gated communities at? And I'm talking about this on a realistic basis of how this whole experiment runs. They put in priority. They see those areas like that as non-productive. What will we get back if we send food to the ghetto? They don't look at that as a priority. Then they look at what will we get back if we send food and supplies uptown by the gated community. Well, the people that usually live in those gated communities, in those big houses, doctors, lawyers, and engineers and plumbers and electricians. If we take care of them, they may be able to keep functioning, keeping this whole thing we call society rotating. But the way this is structured, the low income part of your city or neighborhood or the ghettos or the slums or the trailer parks, they look at that as that is non-productive. That cannot give anything back to us. Remember, this is a business. So our priority lies in making sure that those people in the gated community get fed first and supplies first. They get the big piece of chicken. Whatever is left over from there, we may make it down to the trailer park in the ghetto and the projects. We may, but we got to pass the middle class first. Whatever is left after the middle class get it, the people at the bottom get it. And this is a real truth that don't nobody want to talk about because it scratches your brain to even think that we are all like animals in a cage and we got a number on the outside of our cage. Who's going to get fed first? You do that with your own pets. Who eats first? So these fuel prices, I wanted to think outside the box a little bit and really talk about this. Ain't just about your car, because everybody keeps saying their car, their vehicle. It's way bigger than that. These fuel prices are way bigger than that. Hey, these fuel prices, let's get something straight. These fuel prices also directly affect the price of the food that you eat. I'm not saying to have it transported to the store. We done that. It costs fuel to run the machines that harvest the corn. It costs money for the fuel for the machines to transport said corn to this factory. It costs money for fuel to make this machine operate to put said corn in the cans that you want to buy. So you got fuel after fuel after fuel being used just for you to get a little can of corn, sweet corn. And these are things that we do not think about. We think about our car, transportation of our goods and services. But what I'm here to say, every single thing and every single factory out there producing any goods whatsoever is being run by fossil fuels. Period. Now, on top of that, every single factory and mass producer of goods and services also needs oil for lubrication, for said machines, gears, moving parts. Now, let's think about this. Absolutely everything. I work more jobs than the Wayans brothers. And I've done a little bit of everything in my lifetime. And every job I've ever had, even down to working at the 7-Eleven, some way, form, or fashion took oil. Something needed oil. Even down to, hey, we need to lubricate the squeaking doors on the doggone place so the doors are closed properly so the security can complete the locking system. There is always some sort of lubricant that we need for everything. Okay? I know. I'm just letting that simmer for a minute. That's all. Okay. Every energy, all the energy that we use inside of our homes takes some sort of lubrication, some sort of oil, some sort of fuel. Some sort of fuel. And that's what's being thrown into the mix in the political ring. The people that tried to put into place that we need to change the laws to be less dependent on fossil fuels was shot down by this man. This man got rid of all of the safety nets that said we need to focus on other forms of clean energy because we don't want to put all of our eggs in a basket and just 100% rely on fossil fuels like we've been doing for the last damn 100 years. That is not sustainable. But this man said, no, that's not true. We going back to getting some coal. And what let me say what he said, because I ain't making nothing up. We gonna get more oil. Drill, baby, drill. Forget trying to get other alternative energy sources. Forget science and scientists trying to come up with other forms of energy. So we don't have to be solely dependent on one freaking source of energy for absolutely everything. Because if one thing happens to that energy source, we are all screwed. Look what's happening right now. So here's the deal. I only got one solution. I only have one solution. And that solution is this. If you still can, because I'm not gonna lie, I hate to sound, what's the word? Hopeless. I'm gonna try to phrase this in a way where it ain't as hopeless, because it's not hopeless. But boy, whew, sure look rough. My words that I was gonna say is it's like too late. It's too late to make any kind of major move, but I'm not gonna say that because it's never too late. I will say this. If you can afford solar right now, now's the time to invest. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm not talking about no sponsorships, nor am I going to say any product's name right now to be how serious I am. I'm not going to shout out no products, no companies. I will say this though. Buy your own personal solar. Do not go to one of those companies that's ready to put the panels on your ceiling, on your roof. Don't do that, because that's a scam. Hey, Sharon Compton. When I say electricity and solar, they have made it so we can harness our own energy. Can I show you something? Can I show you guys something real quick to prove my point? I forgot I'm not on my, okay. Let me show you something to prove my point. Let me see. I'm going to see if this will come in. It will. Do you see that? Let me show you. Let me show you. I'm trying to get this so the light don't catch it. Okay. Perfect. This number on a cloudy day is how much solar is coming in from just my solar panels. I got 5 solar panels out there. I'm bringing in 500 watts. I'm bringing in so much energy that my solar generator is almost full. I'm at 83%, and it's only about 1 o'clock. I still have 5 hours before it starts catching dusk. Remember, this is on a cloudy day. Now, let me show you something else. Watch me go power something else up. I just cut that on. Now watch the energy come down here. See that? Now that's 1,000. It's about to be, that's 2,000 2,000 watts. It's going to go all the way up to probably 3,000 watts here soon. So I'm using the energy here that's coming off of this sun. That's my solar panel. This is the battery storage here. I'm using that battery storage to charge this. And what that's doing is charging something completely different. Do you want to see that? Do you see that? Okay, let's remember, about 2,000 watts is going into this. Something is running in my house that's taking 2,000 watts. Let's go see what it is. right here. You see that? This is what's using 2,000 watts. I'm charging one solar generator with another. Half of the juice is going here. The other half is going here. So it's coming in here and being led off into the rest of the house here. It has a solar panel, a 100-watt solar panel on it right here. So it's not only getting fed by the other solar generator, but it's also being fed by the 100-watt solar panel that I have attached to it as well. So if you don't know what I'm showing you, I am showing you Freedom Acres Energy Grid. Let me show you one more thing to let you understand how important solar energy is. Let me show you one. That's right, TLC in the garden, they're daisy chained together. And the reason I have them daisy chained together is this. Could I have just one solid energy source? Yes, I could. But the reason that I have them daisy chained is because if anything happens to that one, this one still has power to keep my refrigerator on, my security on, my lights on, and everything that runs my cabin. This is just a backup to my backup. You understand? So I could have it all in one, but that's not always the smartest thing to do when you're living off grid. I found out the hard way, because nothing is worse than your food spoiling because you had everything hooked up to one product and some kind of way it failed. The machine necessarily doesn't have to fail. Natural disasters can happen. Cords can get kicked out by animals and creatures. Next thing you know, all the food in your refrigerator goes bad at no fault of your own. So now if an animal kicks that cord away, he better come inside the cabin and kick this cord away, and he better go under the sink and kick that cord away before my food, everything that I hold as a priority, like my Wi-Fi, my refrigerator, and my security system, it chains all the way down. So we literally have to drain through about 20,000 watts or 20 kilowatts before I have a total grid shutdown. If I look at my security cameras and ain't nothing showing up, I have a total grid shutdown, meaning something catastrophic happened. And I got a long drive ahead of me that I got to go check it out. I'm glad I was able to show you that. Let me show you one more thing. Okay? Just to show you how important solar power is. And we need to stop depending on people that control our energy and how we live. I'm not saying we need to go back to the Stone Ages. I'm not. I'm saying it's a good idea to have some skills under your belt. But I'm not a fan of going back to the Stone Ages for fun. Okay? And I sure ain't a fan of somebody else playing with my emotions. They playing with my money. They playing with my lifestyle, and they gambling with my money and my lifestyle over some nonsense that they doing. So if they screw up, I get paid. I'm the one that catch hell about it. I don't like that. So I'm in control of my own energy. When these lights go out, I'm not worried. When the grid go down, I'm not worried about them. When they cut back on fossil fuels and the gas prices go up, I'm not worried about them anymore. And everybody been saying I'm crazy for it. Oh, you just doing it. It ain't crazy no more, is it? Let me get to you an FYI on a healthy tip. You better buy your air fryer. You better buy you an air fryer and a barbecue grill. It's spring. All the grills is on sale at every box store you can find, because a lot of us is about to be using wood and charcoal to cook our food, because you ain't going to be able to afford to cut on this damn electric oven or your natural gas oven and stove top. You're not going to be able to afford it because, look, out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. Just like your credit card. If you don't know how much money you got on it, you just keep flipping that card out and spending until they finally tell you it's been declined. You do the same thing on your stove. You don't realize how much fuel you're using every time you cut on your natural gas stove or you cut on your electric stove. You don't care how many watts it's using. You just want to heat up this old chili. That's all you're concerned about. But when you get that bill, you like, what the hell? That chili, son. That chili, that old chili. Now, I'm not a fan of microwave ovens at all. But we need to start thinking of other sources of energy to cook and heat our food up. Even if you buy one of those solar ovens, yep, they take forever to cook your food. And yes, they are expensive, but they're expensive for a reason. Because you cooking your pot roast with the sunlight. That's dope. I don't care how you cut it. Right? So I'm here today to give you another perspective on how serious our fuel crisis is. It's not just about your car. It's not just about your transportation using your car. Now, remember, a lot of us got to go back and forth to work every day. You know, when you get paid on payday, I'm just making up some numbers, okay? Let's just say you make $500 a week. I'm just making up some numbers. Don't get mad. Don't get nothing. You make $500 a week. Say you get paid every Friday. On a realistic basis, you don't get paid $500 a week. Because again, out of sight, out of mind. Every day that you drive to work, every day that you drive home from work, you need to subtract that from your pay. Because it takes gasoline and fuel and energy to get your car from your house to your job and from your job back to your house. So how much does it cost you in fuel costs and maintenance repair on your car, getting new brakes, oil changes, new fuel, all of this, windshield wiper fluid, everything. I mean, everything you do to your car to keep it going strong so you can get back and forth to work, right? Subtract that from your pay, your $500 every single week. You really probably only make $300 a week because the $200 you're paying back to your boss to get back to him and to get back home. So the reality of all of that is, I saw something throw me off. You really don't make the money you think you make because half of the money goes back to trying to get you back to work to make the money. It's an endless, what is that thing that the mice run around in? The habit trail. It, does anyone have e-bike recommendations? I will say I'm going to give you my trusted brands. I have a lot of them. I'm just trying to remember all of them. Hemingway is one. Hemingway, electric, Hemingway, and it's another one on my mind. Give me a second. Oh, I wish I could remember them because they're a high quality, very affordable. I'll put it in the chat later. I'm trying to think of another one. I got so many in the tip of my brain. I can't think of them. But there are a lot that I truly still own to this day. because of their dependability. Oh, it's almost on the tip of my brain. But yeah, I would look into those first, Hemingway and Electric right off the top. And wish I could think of this other one, but I hope that helps. As a matter of fact, I'll put it in the comment section below after I'm done so you can have an idea of some other ones, okay? Electric bike is I just got through telling my wife, like, hey, it's about to be time to dust them off. Listen, I got 2 Honda scooters out there. And if you see me in the road on a Honda scooter, don't laugh. It is what it is. And as a matter of fact, coming soon, everybody going to end up being on Honda scooters in a minute. Everybody. Just for gas conservation. That's all I got. Today's video, I just wanted to bring to y'all's attention of the other aspect on the fuel energy crisis right now. And I just gave you a solution. My solution, I'm not saying it's the solution. I'm talking about if you want to soften the blow from what's coming, solar power and electric bike, e-bike, will soften the blow. I'm not saying it's going to 100% cure anything and everything you got. But I am saying, even if you are not in the best of health, you do not have to pedal. You can pull the throttle and the bike goes just like a motorcycle. Do I have knowledge of the conversion kit to turn a regular bike into an e-bike? You know, I've seen them. I wouldn't buy them. I'm not saying don't. I wouldn't buy them because it's just so much to go into it. You know, it's just so much tinkering around. I got a friend with one, and he got it, but he's always tinkering with it. You know what I'm saying? He's always fiddling with it to either make it, it's either getting loose or it's always something. Don't quote me, but he's always tinkering around with the doggone conversion kit where I was like, I will never buy one of those. So I wouldn't do it. And the price that he paid, yeah, just say is 1/3 of the price of an e-bike, but all your time go into tinkering around with that thing so it can even operate properly. So to me, thank you for that, Power Chair Farmer. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I just wouldn't. When it comes to transportation and your time, how much time and energy do you got when something ain't working? You got to go on it and start fiddling. Oh, I got to tighten this back up. I forgot I rode it so hard yesterday. I don't. And that's my own personal experience of seeing my friend operate one. And I got another friend and she purchased one, and I don't know how it's going to end up working out for her. I don't think she's done it yet, but I don't have nothing good to say about it from my own experience. Okay. And that's my own opinion, my own experience. I'm sorry. Let me see. Who said that? Okay. Say it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. It's for people that don't mind troubleshooting, right, and tinkering around. You having the right tools and checking to see if this wire and that wire is linked up to, and this. I hear him all the time about that, and I'm like, and he keeps saying, "Led, you got to get you one." No, I don't. I'm sorry, bro. I ain't got time for that. You know, this is how I feel. If this thing, my e-bike is out of batteries and stuff, hey, now I can just pedal like a normal bike. I don't have to remove it, take it off, and all this, or it's gonna break if I pedal it normal. Sorry. Right? But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. And thank you to everybody with the super chats. I think I seen another one. I appreciate the super chats. I really do. I'm sorry, y'all know when I get on a roll, it's hard for me to focus. But I wanted to give you a different perspective. Hey, revealed light. I wanted to give you a different perspective on what we are up against. And this is the beginning of this. This is the very beginning. I promise you this. I usually keep my truck on full, but I've been on the road so much lately. I slipped up and I heard the ding on the gas got so low I heard my bell, which I haven't heard in maybe a year or so. I went to fill up, and I'm gonna be honest with you, family, I did not have the heart. I don't know what made me stop knowing good and well I need to keep my tank on full. I said, whatever I get for $25, that's what I'm gonna get. The pump stopped at $25, and I had just enough gas to do what I needed to do. I hate being that way, but I'm like, I need to come up with another solution. I'm not gonna be putting $180 in my gas tank. I'm not gonna do it. While they're dancing around and having balls and dance parties and masquerades and stuff for fun, the world is falling apart. But they keep going golfing and going to Disney World, dancing with Mickey Mouse and them. You see, I ain't say Mickey Mouse just in case you ain't getting no credit. Mickey Mouse. They up there dancing with Mickey Mouse. And they enjoying their 6-figure, 7-figure salaries while the rest of the world is in a crisis. One more before I go. There are people that fly for a living. It's people that fly and get on these airplanes. What do you think? And I'm talking about a Spirit airline. I ain't talking about one of the big shots. How much do you think a Spirit airline ticket is going to cost you now? That you could get a ticket on Spirit for probably like $15 and then give them a double off 50% coupon. That's a thing of the past now. And I'm going to tell you how I know. Do y'all remember back in about 2005, but before 2005, you used to be able to get on a Greyhound bus for like $30. And that Greyhound bus would take you to California from New York for $30. Let's say $50. You used to be able to get on a Greyhound bus and take you across the country for $50. Hell, I checked it maybe back in 2010. They want $100 for that ticket just to get from Ohio to South Carolina. We all have family in other states and cities. How are we going to network with our family members in this crisis? Now, that's another video that I might as well say right now. Hell, how are we going to, for instance, you got a bug out location? Do you have a piece of land somewhere? Or your bug out location is a family member or close friends location? That's supposed to be the mothership. How are you getting there? Now, I'm going to put something on your mind. And me and my brother do this. I'm going to ask you a question that I bet you $100 you ain't thought about. If you have a location that you are supposed to get to, right? Say if the poop hit the boot and you have to bug out to a certain location, whether it be your land or it be at a family member's location, y'all all came together and said, this is where we meet if stuff get bad. You know how you're getting there. You've taken provisions to get there. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to think real hard. And if you don't think about it, or if you don't know the answer, please go check. If you got a bug out location, how many bridges, passable bridges, do you go over on the way to your bug out location? I want you to think about that. How many bodies of water do you have to travel over? Even if it's just a creek, a stream, a pond, a lake, how many bodies of water that takes a bridge or needs a bridge for you to cross over that you don't even think twice about every time you driving, just going to work? But here we're talking about a more serious situation is how many bridges do you go over to get to your safety zone, to get to your bug out location? If you're at work and something happens where you have to leave your job to make it home to get to your kids, how many bridges do you have to cross before you can get to the house? Because once you know that number, you need to start thinking about other things besides your car. You need to be thinking about your bug out bag staying in your vehicle. You also need to be thinking about anything that has to do with water and possibly climbing. Just saying. I ran this scenario by my brother and he said, man, I ain't never thought of that. I said, me either. And I'm not even talking about the bridges that go overhead that can crumble or get destroyed that would block your path. I'm only talking about the bridges that you drive over that goes over maybe another structure or drives over some body of water. Just putting something on your mind. I know that's not part of this conversation, but just put something on your mind about how real this is getting, that is literally making us all think in a multi-dimensional way. We have to think about everything now, every angle. You got to come, I know this sounds crazy, but you have to literally come outside of yourself and look at you from a different perspective on how you can handle this situation. You got to almost be like a photographer. You know the angle here and what shots you can get from this angle. But now you say, you know what? I want to do one more take, but I'm going to be standing in that corner. I just want to see how the light hits you. We got to think about everything now, just like a photographer. Yes, this idea is good. What we got from this angle. Step outside of that. Step in another angle. Think a little different. See it from another person's point of view. Listen to everybody, even the most ridiculous people, and pick and choose what sounds like it's going to be the best situation to handle what you got going on. I got to put that out there. Okay? Because even me, listen, man, I listen to my wife, I listen to my kids, hell, I listen to the puppy dog. The puppy dog will tell me in a heartbeat, nah, let's not do that. Let's go this way. And all the time I don't get mad at her because she ain't cooperating, because sometimes she senses danger. Tell me to go this way. I'm listening to a puppy dog. I'm not even playing. I'm serious. Okay? She started barking the other day while I was at the cabin, and she don't bark. She is literally right here by me. My dog don't bark like that unless something truly is bad. So my first instinct was, she's barking. She don't even bark at another dog out on Freedom Makers when it come in the yard. No, it got to be something that's going to do me some harm, like a snake, she'll start barking. Or a person, she'll start barking. My first instinct after just looking at her barking and staring at the door and her hair standing up on the back of her head, oh yeah, grab the steel. Don't go peeking out no windows. Get low, grab the steel, get low, and look at all your exits. Don't even question. I did not question her. I did not tell her to shut up, stop barking. I armed myself because I'm looking at it from her perspective. You know why? Because I can't hear everything my puppy dog hear. I cannot see everything that my puppy dog see. That's her perspective, that there is a danger around us somewhere. And instead of me just shushing her and just brushing her off, let me take this seriously. We're in a crazy time. I'm listening to everybody, man. I'm listening to everybody right now, even the puppy dog. So that's all I wanted to come in here and do is really prepare yourself for this fuel shortage, because I don't think it's going to just be a fuel shortage. I literally, truly, deeply think in my heart of hearts, mind of minds, I think that this is not going to be a fuel shortage. I think this is going to be a fuel stoppage, like a complete shutdown. Not no odds and evens. What year was you born, or what color? We only taking red cars today and blue cars tomorrow. I don't think that. I think there's going to be a complete shutdown of the fuel, period. If there's not a complete shutdown of the fuel, there's going to be a rationing so short, like everybody, you can get 5 gallons of gasoline. That's it. You can only get 1 gallon of gasoline. If it is not a complete stoppage, that is about to happen. There's going to be a limit to how much gasoline and fuel or oil that you can purchase. Watch, look, mark my word, and give me 6 months and come back and watch this doggone video. And I hope, I pray that I'm wrong. This is a time that if I'm wrong, I will celebrate. I will celebrate if I'm wrong. Because hallelujah. This is bad. And I just want to make sure that I'm putting a little something extra on your mind. It's going to be some picking and choosing and priorities. And they're going to pick. Listen, I need you to think about where you think you are on their priority list. Do you think that one truck bringing in food is going to come to your neighborhood first and supply your grocery store first? Or is it going to go uptown in the gated communities first and fill up all of their stores first? Do you think that store full of supplies and food is going to go to the homeless shelters first, or the food pantries first, or is going to go uptown to the gated communities first? Now, that's not knocking you if you live in a gated community. I'm just being realistic. This is how this whole experiment works. The lower class is not a priority to this establishment. Okay. Thank you for that, TLC. Grow as much food as possible. And can I say this? I'm gonna throw this one at you. Thank you. Grow as much food in your garden as possible. Plant as many trees as you possibly can. Ison's Nursery still has trees on sale, and all the way until May 1st. May 1st, they stop shipping. I would suggest you go to Ison's Nursery and get something and plant and put in the ground, please. So that's where we are, man. All right. Say, right. Thank you. Oh my God, Sharon Compton, that was dope. That fuel is also going to the military first. That food and those rations go to the military first because clearly they made sure that took priority over even your health care. Right now, they're showing you. He just said your daycare and your health falls second after the military. After. You come after. Your ailments and your illness come after the military and over there starting battles for no reason. And this is not, I don't want nobody to get this twisted. This is not a battle that needs to be fought. It's not. It is not. This is an ego battle. Somebody it's literally a pissing contest. And you can't win a pissing contest with a Vienna sausage. And a little bladder. And that's being shown right now. What's the name of the place with the trees again? Ison's Nursery. ISONS Nursery and Vineyard online. Tell them Lead Farmer 73 sent you. Okay? They'll take care of you. They got a bunch of fruit trees on sale. I was just on there this morning, seeing what else I can get. They got a bunch of fruit trees on sale, and they stopped shipping May 1st. So please get in there while you can. Okay? Right, here it is right here. Ison's Nursery and Vineyard online. Tell them Lead Farmer 73 sent you. All right? If they ask, how did you learn about us? Tell them I did it. I sent you over there. And I appreciate it. Yes, it is. No, IS, just one SONS, Nursery and Vineyard. Like this. Look, like Dee Dee is spelling it. Thank you, Dee Dee. Please go purchase you some fruit trees. Please go purchase you some shrubs and fruiting shrubs and bushes. $755 Media. What now? $755 Media. What you saying? Christine says, do they sell seeds? I don't know. You might want to check. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I never go looking for seeds. Not anymore. You know, I got so many seeds that I've harvested off of everything my own. So 755 Media. Pick up my painting from the post office. P.O. Box. I got something at the P.O. Box. My wife was just at the P.O. Box not too long ago. $755 Media. Okay, I'm gonna go today because I gotta go that way anyway. Okay, I will. Okay. Heck yeah. Thank you. And when I see it, I'm gonna show it to everybody. Is it okay if I show it to everybody? Is it the one you was working on a long time ago? Like some months and months ago, maybe the spring or the summer? If so, okay. I can't wait to pick it up, and I can't wait to show everybody because it's dope. It's way dope. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm about to come. I'm gonna come over there, and I'm gonna say a couple things to you about it. All right, we ain't gonna do it now because you know. But yeah, thank you, sister. Thank you. If y'all don't know, 755 Media is a artist. This is like the black female Picasso. My sister, 755 Media. If you ain't hip to her, please go over there and watch her show because she can paint and draw anything in any way, form, or fashion you like. She paints blindfolded for fun. Please go check out my sister over there at 755 Media here on YouTube. All right. So thank you, everybody. We will be talking about this again, and this is wait a minute. Hold on. It's Urban Backyard Homestead. It says Ison sells fruit trees, grape and muscadine vines, berry bushes, asparagus crowns. Check them out. Absolutely. Absolutely. They even sell combination trees. If you ain't got room for a bunch of trees, they sell one tree with 4 or 5 different cherries grafted to it. Different. Okay. Thank you for that Urban Backyard Homesteading. Y'all want everybody do me a favor before you cut out. All of these good people here in this chat, most of them have a channel and they are content creators like myself. I would appreciate it if you go and check out everybody on this chat and show them some love. Okay? I would appreciate it because they work hard too. And they work hard to support other creators as well. I want to say thank you all for being here. And I hope this gave you another perspective on these gas holes. Because that's what they are. That's what I'm calling them. I called them that 8 years ago. Gas holes. A bunch of gas holes is running this place. And here we are. All right. So y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I got a lot of work to do and I'm just procrastinating because I don't feel like doing it. At 755 Media, I'll be on my way to the post office and I'll let you know when I pick it up. Everybody, please have a wonderful day. Please stay safe. Stay sane in these crazy times. All right? Live Farmer Serving 3. I love you. And I'm out. Peace.